So everyone who uses the Linux terminal has used the ls command, but just a few people actually masters the ls command. If you are just typing ls and to list files, you're actually missing a lot, and there are a lot of powerful functionalities with the ls command. In this video, I'll show you advanced ls tricks, and it's going to help you a lot in your Linux mastery journey. So let's right into it. First of all, we all know that I'll just go into this folder. We know that the ls command always lists our files and folders in the current directory. So what else can the ls do? Actually, there are advanced usage of the ls command, and you can first of all use the ls -l. The -l will list the permission for each user. For the current user, it's going to show you the details of their permission. It shows you their permission, it shows you who owns the file, it shows you the files or folder, it shows you the date the file was modified. And this is very important, assuming you have a remote access to a system and you actually want to understand what goes under the hood, because on your local PC it actually doesn't matter, but the moment you have access to a remote system, that's where a lot of things will change. You really need the understanding of the terminal, and that's what we are going to do today. So ls-a will list everything including hidden files, and since we have seen the permission, we have seen who owns the file, we can actually go ahead and see more about it. So if you were in the home directory, that's the place I left. If you are in the home directory, you would actually see the bash rc and the .env env files and many others. So those are system-based files. They don't just, the ls command will not just show them out. So you can actually see commands that are running on the system and many others. You can modify them directly. So if you list a file or even the directory and it shows you the permission, actually you don't understand anything. Look at the numbers: 3934170. What does it even mean? Because I am a human, I want to have a human readable format. That's 3.8 megabyte. That's more understandable than whatever was there before now. So that's another powerful command. It can go alone. You don't need to do it in combination. So the laSh. So it shows the file whether in kilobyte, in megabyte, in gigabytes, whichever one. It just would convert it to the most understandable one. So we can actually use it with the -s. Wow, more information, and this will sort the files alphabetically. So you'd be able to see the larger ones at the top, the smaller ones would come to the bottom. So you see that the large file is at the top. You can be able to sort this to find it. So how many of you have used the sort command? That's something you'd say in the terminal. So how about we can sort it by the time? So I'm using the human readable because that's what you would understand the more. We can sort it by time. So you can see we have the March 30th, March 30th, March 30th, but the time is 76400. So that's when the files were created. They are not much file, but when you have a lot of files, you would always want to use this command to find when the last modification happened and which file it happened on. You can actually reverse the order if you use the R. So if I add the R, it actually reverses it from the oldest to the newest. That's very powerful to use. We also have the recursive list. Let's see. You can use the capital R to have the recursive list. It also lists the subfolder files. You see that it's actually displaying what I have inside my subfolder. So what type of file we have, that's also going to show. You can use the ls-f to show what type of file. We have the txt, we have the bat, we have the py, and many more. If it's executable, it will show a star, a symlink will show an art. So we would learn about those in when we have more files in our folder. So how about a color output? We can actually list our files with a color output. That way it will look better. So if it was showing just a dark color, it will change. If it's an executable, it will show a different color, and many others. So different file types can get different colors, easier to read, and you would be able to understand what you are seeing on the screen. You can be able to group them according to their types. So you can use, you can combine them like a pro. That way you would be able to understand better things about the file. If you, just like I was using it, L S H L A, wow, list everything, let it be human readable. Show me the permissions on each one, and that's a more powerful command, and we can sort them. Actually, I can just sort them. Let it be human readable in file size. Show me the permissions on each, and also who owns them and things like that. So that way you can understand your files better. So the A command shows hidden files, and that's a wonderful understanding of the that's a wonderful understanding of the command we have here. So if you can trim, wow, look at this, look at what we have here. So that's just an addition, and if you understand how to use the ls command very well, you would not have a lot of problem using the Linux terminal. So now you know that you are no longer just using the ls command, you are mastering it. You understand it. Drop a comment which ls trick will you start using today, and if you want more Linux commands mastery, hit the subscribe button, and we'll keep learning together and understand our system better. So thank you for watching today and see you in the next one.